Yo, what's up, world? It's your man Slim Jim Longfoot, aka the GOAT, King of America. Y'all already know what it is. We in the building, baby. We in the building. Cause guess what? Guess what? It's time, baby. It's time for that Q&A, baby. It's time for that Q&A. We about to make it do what it do real quick like that. Hold on for a minute. I'm up here playing Dragon Roger as I currently do my Q&A. Shout out to the people that is on my team as we making it do what it do and does what it does. That part, that part, that part. All right, so, yo, if you know what I'm saying, if this your first time here on the channel, you know what I'm saying, go ahead and check out the other videos here, such as my product reviews, my how-to videos for YouTubers, my TV and movie reviews, my reactions, my video clips, my shorts, my live streams, my daily vlogs, which is the series Diabetes and I Am. Last but not least, my art video series, GOAT 1408 TV. So, hold on. About to do a little abracadabra, look, Orco magic, if you will. You got the got my laptop right here, ready to make it do what it do. You did. All right, so basically, I had put the word out the other day about doing some Q&A on my channel, and so as I record this, today is the 21st of May. As I record this Q&A video, and so yeah, we're about to make it do what it do and does what it does. So what I'm about to do right now, I'm about to go through those questions that are on my channel. So that's what we about to get into, y'all. That's what we about to get into. So, you know what I'm saying? Like I said, I'm up here currently playing Dragon Roger, y'all. Currently playing Dragon Roger. We're going through our daily dungeons right now because it's after midnight. And yeah, that part. It's actually after 1 o'clock because the reset starts at 1 o'clock. Shout outs to Dolores, shout outs to Black Dahlia, two of my awesome friends who play the game with me, and Johnny Quest Gaming, who is back. Tonight we're playing on the team together with we playing together, Johnny Quest Gaming, who got me into the game Dragon Roger. So most definitely. All right, so here we go, y'all. So we about to get into these questions. So let me head on over to my community tab and check out. I'm going to go check out the post. That's what I'm going to go check out. Find that post, my Q&A post, and we're about to go through the questions. There's no particular order that I'm going to do the questions in. I'm just going to go, go to the top one I see, and we're going to go from there. We're going to do all the questions. So if you didn't get your question in before now, then hey, don't be afraid, don't be scared, be prepared. Feel free to put your question down in the comments in this video right here. That's what y'all can do. Put your questions down in this video right here. Let me make sure. Okay, we're still on that there. So just making sure everything on that. All right, now let me go find the Q&A that was on May 14th when I posted it. It was on May 14th when I posted it. So here we go. We're about to go to it right now. And yeah, let's go check it out. All right. So let's check out these questions, shall we? That part. All right. Jonah Lockhart said, asked, where are you from? I'm from the ATL, baby. Atlanta, Georgia, to be exact. You dig? Born in Atlanta, Georgia. ATL born, Decatur raised. You dig? DJ Sunny Side Up, he asked, who is Slim Jim Longfoot? Slim Jim Longfoot happens to be. These are the top comments. So what I'm gonna do, I'm gonna pull them in. I'm gonna pull them in newest first. So that's the order I'm gonna pull them in. I'm sorry. Well, I'm gonna go ahead and answer that question since I already said it. So who is Slim Jim Longfoot? Well, he is I and I am him, as Snoop Dogg said back in the day. Slim Jim Longfoot is me. That is my pseudonym that I created back in 2001. And yeah, Slim Jim Longfoot is me. Just a laid back dude from the ATL. You feel me? Nothing. I would say spectacular, but everything special. You feel me? Speaking of spectacular, that book's coming soon, so be ready for it. Spectacular issue 1. UGI Studios, baby. Yep. All right, so now we going in the order of the newest comment, and so we're gonna work our way from the newest comment to the bottom. So here we go. We got Ija Majori TV. Ija Majori TV. She asked, "What does success look like to you? Where do you see yourself in the next 5 years?" Well, in the next 5 years, of course, is the year 2030, y'all. 2030. It will be 2030 in 5 years. So as she's asked this question, I do ponder upon that. Where do I see myself in 5 years? I hope in better standings than I am now. That is one. That is a question. That is the answer to any question similar to that I can just think of. Because first and foremost, I still want to be alive. I want my loved ones to still be here. Those who are still alive right now, I want them to still be here with me in good health and shape. You know what I'm saying? I want my niece to be better than she is right now. I want her kids to be better than they are right now. My sister to be better than she is right now. I hope to have my own wife and children by that time. You know what I'm saying? That would be nice. I mean, I would have hoped that 10, 15 years ago. But unfortunately, that didn't plan out. That did not become the case. So in the 5 years, I hope to see myself in better standings than I am right now. Like I'm the type. My New Year's resolution is always the same: to do better than I did the year before. That's always my New Year's resolution: to do better than I did the year before. You feel me? And as far as what does success look like to me, success to me looks like being able to get up one day and be able to go to sleep that, at the end of that day, you know what I'm saying, and then wake up and do it all over again. You feel me? That's what success really looks like to me, because to me, just being here, being alive is success enough. You know what I'm saying? Being able to, do the things that you want to do, have the money to do the things that you want to do, and just enjoy this life. You know what I'm saying? That's why one of my phrases is to live life till you die. That is my ultimate phrase, y'all, to live life till you die. And I stand by that phrase wholeheartedly, to live life till you die. You dig that part? Shout out to Ija Majori TV on that question. All things Key Nicole. All things Key Nicole. She asked, what's the meaning of Slim Jim Longfoot? Why not Slim Jim Shortfoot? Well, Key Nicole, I'm glad you asked that question. Well, because I got a long feet. I wear a size 12. Ain't nothing but my feet short. I wore a size 9 when I was 9 years old, so I could never in life call myself Shortfoot. So the meaning of Slim Jim Longfoot, I mean, it just breaks down to it being my ATL pseudonym. I'm a fan of Outkast, who are now going to be inducted into the Rock and Roll Hall of Fame this year. ATL, oh, shout out to them Outcasts. Who you dig? That was my ATL pseudonym that I created back in the day. And so, like Big Boy, he had Daddy Fat Sex, Sir Lucius Left Foot. I derived my nickname, my pseudonym off of that. And so Slim Jim Longfoot is what it is. And, me having long feet, that was the best case scenario. I could never call myself Shortfoot, you feel me? Could never be Shortfoot. So, I wear a size 12, so that answers that there. Shout outs to All Things Key Nicole on that question. And she also asked, where did the number 1408 come from? Good question. I see you with these insightful questions. I see you, Key Nicole. Key Nicole! Shout out to All Things Key Nicole. 1408 basically means me. 1408 basically means me. That is the first initial of my name and the second initial of my name. So that's what 1408 means, the 14th letter and the 8th letter. So that's how you break that on down there. You dig that part. You know what I'm saying? Good question, because I'm quite sure insightful people would like to know and be like, oh, what does that mean? And hey, there you go. You got that there. You got that there. You dig. So yeah, we almost done with our dailies. I got one more mission to do on that. Then I will have full undivided attention up in here. But yeah, we running through these things. These some good questions. Shout outs to y'all. Thank y'all for asking some good questions, y'all. Shah Sarah said, when do we hear about Jelly Bean Dream's next adventure? What animated shows are, hold on. Let me back up because she got several questions in this. So, hey, Shy Sarai, I see you with it. I see you with it. Shy Sarai. Shy Sarai. So, to answer the first question, she asked, when do we hear about Jelly Bean Dream's next adventure? For those that don't know, Jelly Bean Dream is one of the series that I created, which showcases the adventures of a millennial woman by the name of Jelly Bean Turner. She goes to different adventures all across the galaxy and worlds, different dimensions and such. You know, issue number 1 came out back in 2023. To answer that question, after I finish up these next 2 books that I'm working on, which is one project called Cherry Shinobi, and the other project is called Spectacular. After I finish up doing my part on both of those 2 books, then I will have time to get into Jelly Bean Dream issue number 2, and I cannot wait. So that is when the next adventure of Jelly Bean Dream is coming out. And so I hope y'all are anticipating that. I don't plan on keep y'all waiting for long. You know what I'm saying? So I appreciate you and having your interest in that, Sarai, most definitely. Shy Sarai also asked, what animated shows are you watching? Well, currently I just started watching this show that I've been seeing people react to on YouTube called Fire Force. So I just got into Fire Force. I think I had left off on like episode 4 or 5 of the first season. They got 3 seasons out right now. And I never read the manga, so I don't read much manga. So most anime is brand new to me, you know what I'm saying, if I haven't read the manga. The last thing that I've read was, why am I not moving over here? The last thing that I read was Solo Leveling. That was the last thing that I read. And what I'm currently reading right now is The Beginning After the End. Both of those are manhwas, not mangas, Korean comics. And both of them have animated series as well right now. So as far as like anime shows, yeah, Solo Leveling, which was freaking phenomenal. My Hero Academia and Vigilantes, which is their prequel series. Also, I am watching, like I just said, Fire Force. That's the newest one that I'm watching right now. And yeah, so that's pretty much where we at on that tip there. Those are the ones and To Be Hero X, I'm watching that one as well. That's a good one that just recently came out as well. So most definitely check all of those out. If y'all haven't checked all of those out, if you are into animations, then most definitely check those out. Most definitely. Yeah. Shasara also asked, what non-animated shows are you watching? Hey, good answer. I got to get back into The Last of Us. I haven't watched The Last of Us since it came back on the 2nd season. I just finished up Andor season 2, which was phenomenal. Great chef's kiss. Most amazing series right there. I watch the new Matlock. I've been watching the new Matlock with Kathy Bates. Kathy Bates. On that there, she's an amazing actress right there. Me and my dad watches that new Matlock, most definitely. What other non-animated shows am I watching? Let me think real quick. I just heard The Shy is back, so I got to get back into The Shy. I want to check out that series Forever on Netflix. I want to check that out. And as far as that goes, those are the shows that I'm watching right now. I Karate Kid fan, so of course I watched Cobra Kai. When that finished up earlier this year, finished up watching Cobra Kai. I was watching that when it was on YouTube Red. I was on Cobra Kai from the jump. You feel me? So most definitely, yeah. So that's what that is right there. What digital art tools do you like? Well, I like the sketchbook on my iPad, which of course, even though my iPad's been causing me hella problems lately, this new iPad that I got, but I like that sketchbook. That is the digital art tool that I use because that's the program I've been using since I started using my iPad back in 2018 when I got my first iPad from Johnny Quest Gaming. Shout out to my bro. Yeah, so that's pretty much the one digital art tool that I use. And well, I take that back. Of course, the baby, the GOAT, Photoshop. Like with this, for instance, Dreamcatcher, the last book that I worked on. Well, the last book that I worked on was actually the Force issue #2. So, excuse me, Photoshop is how I finish up the books that we're working on for UGI Studios. You know what I'm saying? Like Johnny Quest Gaming, the book that he's currently working on. If I'm not, I need to ask him if he did, if he colored that on Procreate or what. I need to find out what he colored that on so I can, put that information in the book. Shout outs to Vincent E. Allen, who, hand drew Spectacular. He drew that on paper. He, drew Spectacular, drew and inked that on paper. Johnny Quest Gaming colored it digitally, and finishing up the cleanup digitally as well. So yeah, that part. Let's see. She said, if you could spend a week anywhere for free, where would you go? Definitely, I would love to go to Japan. I just found out that my little cousin is in Japan right now. Shout out to Jeremiah, who just graduated from college this year. Shout outs to him. He is in Japan. He in Tokyo right now, man. Like, yo, that is so freaking amazing. I would love to go to Japan. I would love to go to Nigeria, especially to see my art bro, Jimmy King, who is the artist on our UGI Studio series, The Force, created by Johnny Quest Gaming. Would definitely love to go to Japan and Nigeria. Those are two places I would love to go to. Shah Sarah also asked, who is going to win the NBA Finals this year? I can't even tell you. I'm here to tell you right now. I can't even tell you because I don't even know who in basketball anymore. I ain't kept up in basketball. I ain't kept up with basketball really in the past decade, to be honest with you. Really since before Kobe died. And I know LeBron is hurt, and I know the Lakers are out. I think the Celtics are out right now. I don't even know who playing right now. So I can't tell you who gonna do what. I don't know who in the NBA. If you was to ask me who is 25 years old and younger in the NBA, I can't even tell you. I know Steph Curry in them generation. That's all I know. And I know that dude who played for the Bucks with the Greek name. I can't pronounce his name, but it begins with a G, and the last name begins with an A. G A. I call him G A, but I think they pronounce it Giannis or something. I don't know these people, man. I stopped paying basketball attention really. Like really, the only sport that I really keep up with is football. To be honest with you, football and sometimes baseball. And I can't even really say sometimes baseball because when I think of names in baseball, the names in my head are people who was playing like 10, 15 years ago. So I can't even tell you who playing in baseball right now, and I can't tell you who playing in basketball right now. But I know most of the people in football because I keep up with it more. So yeah. So as far as who gonna win the NBA Finals this year, I don't know. I know the Hawks ain't in the NBA Finals, so ain't no point of me keeping up with it. When my home team, the Hawks, get up in there, then I get back into it. You feel me? That part. And she also asked, Shah Sarah also asked, what inspires you to be great? God inspires me to be great. My family inspires me to be great. Me, I inspire myself to be great because I want to be better than good. I want to be better than bad. I want to be great. And that's my inspiration. My inspiration to be great is myself, my family, and God in no particular order. But that's the trinity of my greatness. To be great, God, family, and me. Straight up. That's what inspires me. Straight up. Motherhood influencer. I've been looking at this question ever since I scrolled to this point, and I'm like, yo, I couldn't wait to answer this one right here. Motherhood influencer, shout outs to her, man. Motherhood influencer asked, if you could pardon R. Kelly, would you? I'm gonna say it as PG as I possibly can for YouTube. Hell no. Hell no. I want to pardon him 30 years ago. And the funny thing to me about the whole situation is all of a sudden everybody got spooked when Surviving R. Kelly came out, which was in 2019. Everybody like, oh my God, they came back. Y'all knew what this man was doing 30 years before that, man. Like 25, 30 years before that, y'all knew what this dude was doing. It was no secret on what R. Kelly was doing. And all of a sudden, a documentary come out and everybody was like, oh no, like, you know what I'm saying? A lot of people ain't gonna ever admit it, but you know what I'm saying? I will. Why is it doing halfway open? I just noticed it. Well, a lot of people ain't gonna admit it, but they gonna. Hey, all y'all saw that one tape. At least a majority of you did. If you saw that tape back in the day. Everybody know what R. Kelly was about, even before that. So, Will I partner R. Kelly? Hell no. Yeah, love the music. Grew up on the music. Music, yeah, the music, yeah. But if if they said, hey, um, we'll let R. Kelly go, if you know, like if like no, no, no. I don't. Hey, I had enough of your music and really don't care for any more of it. You know what I'm saying? I mean, y'all see that guy on the wall right there. That's my dude, 100 grand. And you know what I'm saying? When it comes to him, I know he was daggone set up like a mofo because people hated the influence and the power that he had in his during his career. You know what I'm saying? Rest in peace to him. Well, when it comes to R. Kelly, nah, you knew what you was doing and this, that, and the third. So nah, like, man, nah, that part. Motherhood influencer. Who inspired you to pick up a pencil and begin your art? That would definitely, most definitely be my parents, particularly my dad, who is artistic. You know what I'm saying? He drew when he was a kid. He is creative in just about every way. He carves wood. He carves wood pieces. He carves stumps and staffs. You know what I'm saying? My dad is a true Renaissance man. Shout out to my dad. And you know, when it came to that, you know, me just wanting to draw characters, you know, draw the characters that I enjoyed seeing on TV from, you know, Masters of the Universe, Transformers, Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles, so forth, so forth. Those were the characters that inspired me to want to create my own stories because my imagination was vivid. And you know, I mean, who didn't draw as a kid? But the only difference is who keeps drawing. You feel me? That's what the difference is. Whether or not you keep drawing and you keep creating, keep if your imagination is, you know, out there, you keep on making. You feel me? So that's what that was. Motherhood influencer also asked, how old were you when you got diagnosed with diabetes? This was 5 years ago. 5 years ago was when it happened, y'all. 5 years ago. I nearly died on February 27th, 2020. You know, went to the hospital and I found out I had type 2 diabetes, and this was at the age of 39. So that's how old I was when it happened. It was 5 years ago. And, you know what I'm saying, that's when I started doing my journey, my daily vlogs of diabetes and I, which as of today, we're on 1,904 days in of doing daily vlogs, of staying on top of, you know, this whole situation and trying to stay on top. You know what I'm saying? You have your, it's like a scale, it's up and down, but you got to keep that balance. You feel me? You got to keep that balance on all things. And so, motherhood influencer, she also asked, do you have kids? If no, do you want kids? As it was alluded to in a question earlier, no, I don't currently have kids. And so, yes, I do want kids. I do want me some whippersnappers, some little Longfoots running around, you dig, to make it do what it do and does what it does. And so I can impart, you know what I'm saying, greatness onto them, and they can do that, of course, for others in their life. You know what I'm saying? That is one thing that I would definitely love. Like, you know, like I was 18 years old when my dad was my age that I currently am right now. You know what I'm saying? The closest thing that I got my niece and her kids. Her oldest, my birthday twin, he was born almost 18 years ago on my birthday. He'll be 18 this year. So that's a whole trip right there. That's a whole trip to see your sister's kid grow up. She has a kid, and now that kid is almost grown. It's like, yo, what? You know? You feel me? It's crazy. Most definitely crazy. Jonah Lockhart asked, what's the worst situation you've ever been in? I would have to say when I almost died back in 2020. And that, I consider that a worse situation than my near-death experience last year in 2024 when I got hit by a dump truck. I got hit by a dump truck in October of last year. And that was definitely a shocking experience because it was like, dang, just out here trying to do my job, trying to help somebody get voted in for president, and then boom, you get hit by a dump truck. You know, you ain't out here doing nothing crazy or whatever, and you know, there it is, your life almost ended over that. And the person didn't even win. So I thank God that I was spared from that, because that would have really been just a crappy situation to have went through all of that. And you know, I thank God that I wasn't seriously injured, and you know, I'm just thankful on that too. But between those two near-death experiences, I would have to say that 2020 is the one, because that's the one that put me in the hospital. And it put me in the hospital. I had to reevaluate this whole thing called life for real, real. You did, most definitely. Jonah Lockhart. Oh, that's the question I asked. She asked earlier, where are you from? That's the one I saw. She said, and her other question is, she said, how's life going for you? Life is going pretty good. You know what I'm saying? I will say life is going pretty good. I'm thankful to still be alive. That's the number one thing, that I'm thankful to still be alive. You feel me? That's really where it's at. I'm thankful to still be alive. Jonah Lockhart also asked, what are your top 5 favorite movies? Man, that's a loaded question right there. And then I see some other stuff. Okay, she got some more questions below that too. So, Jonah Lockhart, my top 5 favorite movies, man, my list is so freaking long. You know what I'm saying? You would have to go in series for me as far as that go. I mean, I can't even fathom all of them. You know what I'm saying? Because I grew up, you know what I'm saying, I loved the Lethal Weapon series growing up, you know, Mel Gibson, Danny Glover. The Matrix series was good. Well, the first one better than the last two. The MCU movies, you know what I'm saying, which would include the Iron Man trilogy, Captain America trilogy, which I consider the greatest superhero trilogy of all time. Captain America 1, 2, and 3. The new one was good too, but first 3, you know what I'm saying, with Steve Rogers, you know, played by Chris Evans, that's the greatest superhero trilogy ever, in my opinion. We saying top 5 favorite movies, so if I gotta say top 5 favorite standalone movies, Sinners is definitely on that list now, because Sinners was freaking amazing. It came out earlier this year with Michael B. Jordan and Ryan Coogler movie. Sinners was great. This is in no particular order, so I'm just gonna name 5 individual movies that I can think of right now. Sinners was great, which is a newer movie. Let's see. Death Race 2000 was great. The original Death Race 2000 came out in '79 with David Carradine and Sylvester Stallone, because that's one that I always reference, especially when, saying you out and about on the road and people want to test you. You know what I'm saying? I always harken back to the thoughts of that movie right there. So, anytime a movie can stay stuck in your membrane like that, that's what it is right there. It's part of your fabric. The Last Dragon, which came out 40 years ago, that's a movie that I can watch over and over and over again. The Last Dragon, an amazing movie. Barry Gordy's The Last Dragon, which came out in 1985. Time Mac and Vanity, the late great Vanity. Let's see. Rocky 4, which also came out that year, that was a great movie. Sad, of course, Apollo died in that. That was a great movie. Creed 1, the first Creed movie, which I went to the theater and saw that 3 different times. 3 different times I saw Creed. That was an amazing movie. That was definitely, you know what I'm saying, with me being a Rocky fan, me being a fan of the Rocky franchise, Creed definitely opened up, you know what I'm saying, the floodgates when it came to that. And that movie is now 10 years old now. That is crazy. It came out 10 years ago, man. Ain't that crazy, y'all? But yeah, Creed is definitely that joint right there. You know what I'm saying? From that movie is where I get the theme song that I've been using ever since that movie came out. Tell them don't waste my time. Creeping, Colton, and you know what I'm saying? That's the theme that I live by. Don't waste my time. You feel me? So that part. So if I ain't include Creed in there, my me from 10 years ago or even 5 years ago would have slapped myself. Definitely got to include Creed, because Creed, that was the anthem of the generation right there. You feel me? Especially to stay in shape, get in shape. 300 was a great movie too. You know what I'm saying? 300 was their first movie where it was like, okay, gotta get myself right. You feel me? Gotta get with it. You know what I'm saying? I have so many movies. Kill Bill. You know what I'm saying? Like, got a long list of movies that I can think of. You know what I'm saying? And you just, if you lived as long as I have, you lived through, you've seen some freaking great movies. You did. Jonah Lockhart said, who's your favorite YouTuber? Who is my favorite YouTuber? I ain't gonna lie, I really don't have a favorite YouTuber. I really don't have a favorite YouTuber. I got a lot of people, awesome people that I love to watch, but I don't have like someone. There's not someone who I just wake up and be like, oh, I can't wait for them to have a new video or nothing like that. I don't have anybody like that. I have a lot of people who I love to watch, but I have nobody who I'm just like, oh, you know what I'm saying? Like, oh, I can't wait for them to come on. You know, I mean, I got a lot of good ones, but you know, I don't have nobody that just make me just go, ah. But I will say the good ones that I know, you know, the name them all. Luciana Success is awesome. She's a content creator who gives tidbits of this YouTube success, not only YouTube success, but personal growth success each and every day. Who I just came across her this year. Elevate with Vern, who is one of the OGs of doing it. She's known as the YT cheerleader, the YouTube cheerleader. Life's Magical Journey. She is another great one, another most amazing YouTuber, you know what I'm saying, who, you know what I'm saying, continues to impress me with, you know what I'm saying, her methods of meditation and just being on point when it comes to manifesting neurology, you know what I'm saying, and just combining those things, spirituality, and, you know, of course she has a new podcast series on her channel, the Love Yourself podcast, which is awesome. Detroit Soloist, who I just met this year as well, who is awesome. She is zany with her comedy, you know what I'm saying, awesome actress by way of LA, you know what I'm saying, she is freaking cool beans with it. Latanya Walker is another great YouTuber as well, who continues to impress, who just started her YouTube channel this year with, you know, speaking on motivation, motivating people to just come up, and her zeal for wanting to improve on her channel is amazing. Sweet Juicy's After Leisure Life is an amazing content creator as well. She's been doing her content creation for 2 years now, and she started out as someone who did not do social media, and now she's doing her thing. She got over 4,000 subscribers now, and she is doing her thing. And like I said, Latanya Walker just started this year and got over 2,000 subscribers now, and she has been like, I love seeing people grow. You know what I'm saying? I love seeing people grow. So when it comes to favorite YouTubers, my favorite YouTuber could pop up tomorrow. You know what I'm saying? With a new YouTuber, a new content creator with a new channel. Because I love seeing people grow. I love seeing people prosper and come up. You know what I'm saying? Nothing wrong with those who are already up there, because they got up there for a reason. You know what I'm saying? But I don't follow any YouTubers because they got a lot of subscribers or viral or this, that, and the third. I don't follow nobody for that. I follow, you know, who I F's with, you know what I'm saying, who I really rocks with. Those are people I love to check out, love to look at, you know, reaction YouTubers such as Married to the Real, the Normies, Lala Fluff Bunny. It's so many people who do reactions. Dana Dubs, who does, you know, who watches dubbed anime. You know, shout outs to her. She's almost at 6,000 subscribers. Me and her hit like 4K around the same time, and she's almost at 6K now. She'll be at 10K before me. I feel that. I know that because her Dana's Dub Nation's been growing, most definitely. But you know, I just love watching people who just are genuine, and just dope with it. You know what I'm saying? If I feel like, hey, it ain't what I want to watch, I ain't gonna watch it. So that's what it is right there. Let's see, what did I do before I became a YouTuber? Same thing I'm doing now, work. You know what I'm saying? I mean, you know, life is no different than it was before I started being a YouTuber. Because I mean, I've been on YouTube since 2005, since the year YouTube came out, 20 years, and you know, I created my first channel back in 2006. I created this channel, the channel that this video is premiering on, in 2011. You know, so what did I do before I became a YouTuber? Same thing I'm doing right now, work. You know what I'm saying? I'm an artist, you know what I'm saying? I have my own company, UGI Studios, co-founded by myself and Johnny Quest Gaming. That's the name of my bro. That's the name of his online persona, you know, and his channel here on YouTube. You know, that's you know, I work. You know, that's what I do. I work. I'm an artist. I'm a writer, and that's what I did before YouTube, and that's what I'm still doing now. That's that. You know. How many subscribers? Jonah Lockhart. She also asked, how many subscribers do you want to have by the end of 2025? And she said, I'm subscribed. I appreciate you first and foremost for subscribing. And what I want to have, I would like to have 10K. That's a golden number for me, 10K. Anything past 10K, that's what it is. I mean, if I get to 20K, 30K, 40K, 50K, 100K, a million, if I get to all that, that's cool. That's cool. But if I just have 10K, I'm good at 10K. You know what I'm saying? 10K is a solid number, and you know that's good. Where I'm at right now is solid because when I started this year, I was still under 3,000 subscribers. I had reached 3,000 subscribers back in January of this year, and here we are 4 months later. I'm approaching 7,000, which is freaking phenomenal. Like, you know, like I knew that this was going to be the year. I dubbed this year to be the year that we are going to thrive in 2025, and I did not expect, you know what I'm saying, all of this to happen, but I prayed and manifested that it was going to happen because I wanted to hit 10,000 subscribers and 10 million views back in 2021, which was the 10-year anniversary of my channel. Back in 2021, that was the 10-year anniversary. But when I think about it now, this year is year number 14, and as y'all know, 14 is a powerful number because first and foremost, it's my favorite number times 2. You know, 7 is my favorite number, and 14, you know what I'm saying, and that's a personal number for me. So, so this year being year 14 of my channel, then hey, this will be the year. Then let's get it. That's what I'm ready for. Now, what is a message you want to give to your future self? The message to my future self, Jonah Lockhart also asked this question as well, y'all. She said, what is a message I want to give to my future self? Don't stop. Stay on task. Don't stop. Stay on task. Get this art done. Put this art out here. Get these videos done. Put these videos out here. Continue to be you. Continue to manifest greatness. Maintain greatness. And motivate others to be great. That's the message I have each and every day. And I continue to have that to you, future me. To you. Let's get it. You feel me? That part. Jonas Lockhart also asked, what's your favorite color? Black, baby. Black, baby. Black, baby. Black, baby. That part. Black. That's my favorite color. What's your favorite food? Jonah Lockhart also asked. Ribs. Ribs, oink, oink, Mr. Pig, oink, oink, ribs all day. You know what I'm saying? I mean, if I had to choose ribs all day, would I? No. But if I could choose to eat a chef salad each and every day, I would eat a chef salad each and every day. That would be the food I would probably eat every day. Chef salad, some good water, I would love to do that. But ribs, can't go wrong with some good ribs though, baby. Can't go wrong with some good ribs. Jonah Lockhart also asked, why did you decide to become a YouTuber? It wasn't necessarily a decision. It's not like I said, Mom, Dad, I'm going to be a YouTuber. You know, it wasn't like that. You know, it was basically, you know, like YouTube, if y'all understand what YouTube is about. YouTube, like for those who are old enough to remember when you had relatives or your parents or whoever it was in your life, you know, they would show you the slideshow of their family vacation or this, that, and the third, you know, or you had a camcorder and you would film stuff. So this is your way to showcase stuff. This is your way to showcase your videos, your talents. And not only do people who you know see them, but people who you don't know see them. And, you know, your stuff can be seen all around the world at the same time, this, that, and the third. That's amazing, right? That's amazing. And so to say one day I decided to become a YouTuber, I've really probably been a YouTuber my whole life, even before YouTube. What's up, people? My camera had stopped just then on my iPad. It just stopped. And so back to what I was saying. Joanna's Lockhart's question, why did I decide to become a YouTuber? I've probably been a YouTuber my whole life. Like when I was a kid, I was recording stuff on audio tape recorders, you know what I'm saying, doing interviews with my toys, doing interviews with my characters that I created, you know what I'm saying, my comic book characters that I created. It's been ingrained in me to, you know, as far as like doing something, you know what I'm saying, with whether it be audio or, you know what I'm saying, or video, you know, and so that's something that's really been a part of me my whole life. And so once I had the tools to finally put this out here, because you know when YouTube first came on the scene, I didn't have no, you know, major camcorder or, you know, no smartphones. Smartphones didn't even exist at that point, you know what I'm saying. And when I finally did get, you know, phones that had the ability to create videos, you know, they were very pixelated, you know, like 3GPs and whatnot like that. And so once I finally had the technology to do stuff on, you know what I'm saying, like that's when I was able to start doing stuff, you know, like when me and my niece would do skits on my original YouTube channel. We were doing skits on there. And so that was the move right there. That was the move, you know, on, you know, just sharing creativity, you know, sharing creativity. And that's what it's been about. That's what it's been about this whole time, you know, just sharing your creativity, sharing, you know what I'm saying, these things. And you know, of course, as everything came along up, you know what I'm saying, with other apps and this, that, and the third, you know, your Snapchats, your TikToks, your live broadcasting apps like Live Me and this, that, and the third, all of those things started coming about. And you know, YouTube evolved with that, you know what I'm saying. They didn't stay stagnant and just stay stagnant with long form videos. You know, they went the short routes or the broadcasting route, you know, where you could be live on YouTube, this, that, and the third. They evolved with those times. So in these past 2 decades, YouTube has been around. It's evolved to cater to you, the viewer, you, the creator of content. You know what I'm saying? So that's what's been up. And so for those, you know what I'm saying, content creating isn't for quote unquote the weak, I should say. Not saying that you're weak if you don't create content, but if you want to create content, you must set it up accordingly to what you want to do with this here content, how you want to present your content. You feel me? That's what it's all about. Joanna Lockhart also asked, what's the biggest mistake you ever made? The biggest mistake that I've ever made, I will say, abusing my health. Abusing my health to the point where my body crashed and I ended up with type 2 diabetes. That in terms is the biggest mistake I've ever made. You know what I'm saying? For myself, for my own health. But you know, it was also a wake-up call. That wake-up call was something that I sorely needed to appreciate my health and to be on task with my health, not abuse my health to, you know what I'm saying, a diet of sugar and processed food and, you know, just eating bad all the way around. And you know what I'm saying, and that is something that is still working its way, you know what I'm saying, balance, you know what I'm saying. Like one of my cousins, he saw me the other day, and I had thought about it when I was hanging with the Solomon Project. Shout outs to the Solomon Project. We went up to one of my favorite eateries, and I ran into one of my cousins. I hadn't seen him since before Corona, since before the pandemic happened. So man, he noticed. He was like, man, you know, all weight and everything. You know, yeah, man, you know. So you know, like during that time or during that era, like in the last decade of 2010s, I picked up a lot of weight and was just not really caring about what I ate, you know what I'm saying, not thinking that I was being unhealthy, but I knew that I wasn't as healthy as I needed to be, because I knew I was getting bigger than I had ever been before in my life, even though I thought I was still small. But when I look back and look at pictures, I'm like, God dang. It's just like when my little nephew, my birthday twin, he looked at pictures of when he was like, you know, 12, 13, 14 years old. He saw he was a big boy. And of course, you know what I'm saying, I knew that he was going to stretch on out because, you know, he was still shorter then, and, you know, he was bigger. Plus he wasn't, you know, physically active like he wanted to be, because he wasn't in the gym and being able to play sports like he wanted to, you know, during his middle school years. But once he got onto the football team, and you know what I'm saying, hit them weights, you know what I'm saying, and you know his growth spurts, you know, steadily going. You know what I'm saying. Now he taller, he leaner, he built. You know what I'm saying. So he doing his thing now. And so that's what it is. You know what I'm saying. That's what it is when it comes to all that there. I hear rain outside. It's raining, y'all. Hey, that part. So I appreciate that question. I appreciate all of y'all questions thus far that I have answered. And so here we are now, going now to the next question. This question is from DJ Sunnyside Up. DJ Sunnyside Up. DJ Sunnyside Up. He asked, Batman or Spider-Man? Now that's a good question right there. That's a good question right there. I would have to say Batman because Spider-Man has a jacked up life. Yeah, I would love Spider-Man's powers, but at the same time, Batman could be any of us. Batman is the peak of human conditioning. Batman is the peak of human mentality or psychosis. You know what I'm saying? I mean, he is probably one of the most imperfect humans ever creating in fiction, outside of probably Sherlock Holmes, who he's actually based off of. Batman is basically Sherlock Holmes in a bat outfit. You know what I'm saying? If y'all know how Sherlock Holmes get down, you know what I'm saying? He's pretty much on par with Batman. Probably not. I don't know. Batman's probably a little bit more so because Batman's did so much training abroad. You know what I'm saying? Like I'm outside of America. All around the world, and has access to people from other worlds. Combat and this, that, and the third, and analysis, training, all that stuff. Batman is Batman. And Batman and Spider-Man, those two superheroes, those two characters and combos have the greatest rogues gallery ever in the history of comic book. Like nobody has a better rogues gallery than both Batman and Spider-Man. Both of them, they rogues gallery is top tier. They rogues gallery is so deep they can give their villains to other characters. Like Spider-Man gave Kingpin to Daredevil. You feel me? So but yeah, if I had to choose, now if you're talking about between them fighting each other, most definitely I would give it to Batman only if he had what's known as his legendary prep time. But Spider-Man, I mean, if they had to go toe for toe, obviously Spider-Man would kill him because Spider-Man is strong. He's not invulnerable, but he's strong and he's tougher than the average human. You know what I'm saying? Spider-Man could pick up. He could pick up a car, throw it, pick up. He could throw 10 cars straight without losing any breath. You know what I'm saying? Spider-Man is strong, y'all. For those that didn't know, Spider-Man is strong. He's strong. Not Superman strong, but he's strong. You feel me? So when it comes to that, yeah. So if we talking who I would want to be between the two, most definitely Batman. If I had to pick, I don't know. Like I say. Like, yeah, Spider-Man, yeah, he whips around the city, but Spider-Man, Batman got whips, you feel me? He got the planes and the cars, he got some money. Spider-Man don't. Spider-Man's broke. He's a broke hero out here in these streets. He ain't got no money. Unless you're talking about during the time when Peter Parker, because of Otto Octavius made his life a little better, got him to where he got his doctor and Parker Industries and stuff like that. I don't know what's really going on in Spider-Man's comics now, or even Batman comics for that matter. I don't read much of the modern comic books these days. But between the two, Batman, I would want to be Batman over Spider-Man. But if we talking about hand-to-hand fight, obviously Spider-Man wins between the two. And but I would not want Spider-Man's life. Batman, both of their lives are marred by tragedy. Batman losing his parents, Spider-Man losing Uncle Ben to start with, along with so many other people he's lost in his life. So, really neither one of them I would want to be, but if I had to choose, I'd be Batman. But at the same time, like, Batman ain't got nobody other than the people who he's brought into his fold in his life, other than Alfred, who's been there his whole life, and everybody else. But Spider-Man has a more genuine support system around him as far as friends and family, as far as that go, even in the superhero community. Whereas Batman, he alienates himself to the point where like all he doing when you come around other superheroes is need to figure out how to defeat them just in case they turn evil. That's what Batman thinking about. You feel me? So loaded question right there. But yeah, I think I answered it, but yeah, that's a good question though, DJ Sunny Side Up, and you chose between two awesome heroes right there, two top tier heroes from Marvel and DC Comics. DJ Sunny Side Up also asked, "Are you a gamer?" Not really, not really. Other than the game that I was just playing, Dragon Roger, I'm not really a gamer. I game, you know what I'm saying? I grew up playing Nintendo, Sega, all this, that, and the third, but I just don't keep up with them all. Like, you know, when they say GTA 6 ain't coming out until next year, I'm just like, okay. As far as I know, that mother probably ain't gonna come out to 2040 because they taking a sweet time on it and dangling folks along. So it's gonna be what it gonna be. We're gonna get everything before GTA 6, you feel me? So that part. But yeah. DJ Sunny Side Up also asked, "Do you like sushi?" I didn't long for a long time, but over the past few years, probably like the past decade, I do like sushi. I will eat some sushi. I don't crave it, but I will eat some sushi. I will eat some sushi though. DJ Sunny Side Up also asked, "Who is Slim Jim Longfoot?" Who is Slim Jim Longfoot? I believe this question was kind of asked in another question, but I will I will answer it again though, because of course his DJ Sunny Side Up, his questions, you know, were earlier in there, but like I say, I'm reading from the newest to the last, y'all. So DJ Sunny Side Up, he asked, "Who is Slim Jim Longfoot?" Slim Jim Longfoot is me, y'all. Slim Jim Longfoot is me, hands down. Slim Jim Longfoot is me. He is I, and I am him. You dig that part? You know what I'm saying? Just a laid back dude from the ATL, just trying to make a way out of no way and manifest greatness in this life. You feel me? And DJ Sunny Side Up also asked, "What is your definition of success?" My definition of success is, once again, to wake up each and every day feeling good, looking good, and ready to get this greatness popping. Get this greatness popping. And my definition of success is not having to worry about bills, not having to worry about anything that's needed other than what's wanted. Like, what do I want to do today? Not what I need to do today. You know what I'm saying? All my needs are met, and all I got to do is think about what I want. Like, what do I want to go do? Where do I want to go? Like, do I want to go to Japan today? Or do I want to go to Nigeria today? You know, something like that. You know, those are the wants that I want to want. I mean, those are the only things that I want to worry about when the day starts. But we ain't there yet, though. But we're going to get there. We're going to get there. We manifesting that thing. We need that part. DJ Sunny Side Up also asked, "Are you happy?" Man, I'm happy to be alive. I'm still here. I'm still breathing. You know what I'm saying? My dad's still here. My mom's up in heaven, making sure that I am covered and protected in the name of Jesus, keeping all my enemies away. If I have any enemies, because I don't like to think that I have enemies. I don't want enemies. I despise enemies. I don't want no type of enemies in my life. And anybody who would want to be an enemy of mine, guess what? Tenfold gonna happen back to you. Because if you want to be an enemy of the GOAT, then guess what? You are an enemy of greatness. And anything that you do will be done back to you tenfold in the name of Jesus. And you will be worse off for it. And you're going to wonder why. Because you attack somebody who ain't caring about you on that level. I don't want you to be my enemy. I don't want you to be my enemy. You don't need to be my enemy. For what? I don't care to have enemies. As far as I'm concerned, all my enemies are dead and buried and gone. You know what I'm saying? And that's not to say that, you know, people who were my enemies are dead. That's to say that I don't want anybody to put themselves in the category of being my enemy. And if you do, then you done mess your own life up, because you're going to be dead. Because I proclaim and manifest for all my enemies to no longer be breathing in the same space that I am breathing. So if you want to be an enemy, then that means you want to be unalive. So don't want that for yourself. I don't want no enemies, because I don't want to see nobody dead. But if you want to be an enemy, then that's what you gonna be. Simple as that. You know. But off that tangent though, but yeah, I am happy, I am blessed, man. I am cooling, man. I am cooling. You know what I'm saying? Each and every day is a blessing that I'm ready to receive. You feel me? That's what I'm ready for. That's what I'm ready for. DJ Sunny Side Up also asked, "What do you think of Japan?" Wait, is that the last question? We on the last question, y'all. Dang, I thought I had more questions. Hold on, let me scroll back up real quick, because I honestly thought I had more questions. Before I answer that question, let me check and make sure, you know what I'm saying, that we are on the final question. I believe we are. I thought I had more questions, but it looks like we are on the last question. So with that being said, alright, I'm making sure that I done answered all the questions. Alright. Yep, this is the last question, y'all. This is the last question. So the last question, which was the first question from DJ Sunny Side Up. But like I said, I was going in the order from the newest question that I got to the oldest question that I got. His question from DJ Sunny Side Up was this: what do you think of Japan? Man, I think Japan is awesome. Yeah, they was jacked up a long time ago, 80 years ago when they were, bombing Pearl Harbor and stuff. But that before my time. The Japan that I know, it's the Japan that I want to see. I want to go there because even though we are the home, my country is the home of American comics, which are our stories, of course. Inspired Japan to create their stories, their manga, their comic books. But me being a fan of manga, me being a fan of anime, which of course is Japanese for comics and animation, cartoons, but it's also a genre in itself because of the style. Depending on who you're talking about, the late great Akira Toriyama, or my guy who created My Hero Academia, or the dude who created Bleach, forgive me for not knowing their names off the top, Attack on Titan, them type of things right there. With my generation being influenced, we was part of the first wave of those that was influenced by anime and manga. Like, hey, Japan is A-OK with me, you feel me? Japan is A-OK with me, and I would love to go there one day. I wouldn't want to have the hours that most mangaka have there, but I would definitely just love to be in that essence, be in that zone to see. And I would love for them to know about my books, me and Johnny Quest Game and our books, UGI Studios. I want them to know about that. So DJ Sunny Side Up, I know he is, of course, is over there in Japan making his music, doing his thing. Most definitely. Share us about, man. Let folks in Japan know UGI Studios is up and making it do what it do. And we out here putting together some amazing content for them. Spectacular is coming out. Savage Space Toast is coming out. More Jelly Bean Dream is coming out. And the other books that we out here, man, to make it do what it do. And we'd love for Japan to be a part of that and see that. And, maybe one day we might have a daggone, a cartoon or anime, based, made from a studio in Japan, whether it be Mappa or A1 or whoever, whoever want to make it, you feel me? Studio Mirror, one of my favorite studios, they in Korea, those Studio Mirrors in Korea, but but yeah, whoever want to make it, hey, I'm ready for it. And with that being said, y'all, we are done. Let me throw this in the air. I don't know where it went. It went somewhere. But yeah, we are done, y'all. And I appreciate y'all for asking these most amazing questions. To wanting to ask questions of someone means that you are interested. You are interested in knowing more about them and wanting to know who they are, And so I most definitely love being interviewed, and I love interviewing people. Shout outs to Queen's Alchemy, who was the most recent person to interview me. Shout outs to Jared Talks, who was the first person to interview me this year in 2025. Going back to Elevate with Vern, back when she was Vern's Junk Closet, when she interviewed me back in 2021, and so many others over the years who interviewed me. Charlene Hill interviewed me. Who else interviewed me? Somebody else. Well, Kiana Vision interviewed me as well. Kiana Vision interviewed me. And of course, I've been on other people's lives over the years as well. Just shooting the breeze with them. You know what I'm saying? And of course, being on game shows. Shout outs to Think Different TV. I was on that game on the game show. Think Different TV's Player Pass. You know what I'm saying? Before, for those who would like to be on that game show, all y'all gotta do is contact Think Different TV and go check it out. You feel me? With that being said, y'all, that's that. I hope y'all enjoyed this most amazing questions. These questions that was asked. Once again, if you have any questions for me as well, in the future, whatever, hey, y'all know your boy live each and every day. This year, in the year 2025, our goal was to go live in 2025 each and every day until the 365th day of the year. And we're going to make it do what it do and does what it does, y'all. And with that being note, you know what I'm saying? Like your boy Oko, I'm about to perform some magic and be gone on y'all, you feel me? So, I'm up out of here, y'all, all right? One love.
Slim Jim Longfoot, Slim Jim Longfoot.